So I think it's time we got into some more easy meal prep, delicious seasonal recipes. I mean, it is October, so I'm gonna show you how to make this incredible creamy pumpkin gnocchi. Oh, let's get started. All right, so first thing, let's just get one thing straight. I'm not making the gnocchi, I bought it, so you can do it too. Now that that's cleared up, I used about 1.5 packs or about 485 grams of gnocchi. And I just followed the directions on the back. So water comes to a boil, add your salt and your gnocchi, and it's gonna take about 2 to 3 minutes. Drain it, set it aside. Now, I've done this recipe using various types of protein. I'm using beef in this one, extra lean beef, but I've also used tofu, extra firm tofu, and I've also used TVP, which is textured vegetable protein. I actually did a video on that. If you don't know what that is, you can check it out somewhere around here or in the links below. Add a little bit of olive oil to a pan, and once it heats up, you're going to add in your beef. I'm gonna break it up a little bit, add some salt, some black pepper, and because I'm not using the real thing, I'm using some onion powder. And remember, because I'm using extra lean beef, I don't have to worry about too much grease. Once it is almost completely cooked through, take it off the heat, scoop it out onto a plate, and set that aside. Now that the beef is done, or tofu, or whatever you're planning on using as your protein for this dish, we've set it aside. I'm going to use the exact same pan that the beef was in, but first I'm going to chop up some garlic. 4 cloves to be exact. Why? Because yes. So I'm just gonna blitz these up in my little blender here and then add them to the pan again with about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And you're gonna let those 4 cloves saute for a couple of minutes. Then you're gonna add in a bunch of either sage or basil. I am using basil, whatever you wanna call it. That's what I'm using today. And remember, none of this is on high heat. Keep it to a low to medium heat because you don't want anything to burn. Once you've given the garlic and the basil a couple of minutes, like 2-3 minutes, then you're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 1 cup or 268 grams of pumpkin puree. And please don't mistake it for pumpkin pie mix. Actually, it might not be that bad. And then about 2 cups of vegetable broth. But of course, you can use beef or chicken broth as well. Add your black pepper, salt, ground nutmeg, mix it up, and let it simmer on low heat for about 5 to 8 minutes so that it can thicken up and get all glossy and sexy. Now that the time is up, you're going to add in the gnocchi, your beef, and about 1/4 cup or 52 milliliters of almond milk. And again, that's optional. You don't have to use the almond milk. You can use regular or heavy cream. On top of all of that, you're also gonna add in some grated Parmesan. Full disclosure here, I'm using a vegan Parmesan substitute that I am obsessed with, but it's homemade. Is that a bias? Make sure everything is mingling and chatting with each other. Cover it for a couple of minutes on, again, low to medium heat, and then serve. And remember, you can also freeze this or put it in the fridge as long as you put it in an airtight container. You can have this amazing dish the entire week, or if you freeze it, the entire year. You're welcome. What else would you like to see me make here on the channel? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you think about this recipe, all right? I'll see you in the next video. Bye.